What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Debt Sucks. I'm your host, Ben Matthews, your friendly neighborhood bankruptcy attorney turned debt-crushing hype man. And today we're talking about something that's crucial for your debt-free journey, but often gets ignored: your why. That's right, not how to get out of debt, but why you're doing it in the first place. Spoiler alert, if your why is weak, your plan will be too. So grab your coffee, your water, or your cheap wine, no judgment here, and let's get into it. Why your why matters. All right, let's start with a cold, hard truth. Paying off debt is boring. It's tedious, it's slow, and let's be honest, it's not the most Instagram-worthy content. Nobody's out there posting debt sucks selfies, okay? That's why you need a rock-solid reason to keep going. Something that hits you in the gut when you're tempted to blow your grocery budget on concert tickets or impulse buy another gadget you definitely don't need. Your why is what gets you out of bed when you'd rather hit snooze and forget about that pile of bills. It's what keeps you focused when the latest iPhone drops and your friends are out there acting like Apple just released the cure for aging. Here's the deal. Debt-free living isn't just about the money. It's about freedom. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, without debt sucking the life out of your paycheck every month. So ask yourself, what does freedom look like for you? Defining your debt-free dream. Now let's talk about how to define your why. And no, it can't just be, I want to be debt-free. That's like saying, I want to lose weight. Cool story, but why? What's the deeper reason? Maybe it's so you can finally take that dream vacation without financing it on a credit card. Or so you can say yes to your kid's soccer camp without secretly panicking about the cost. Or maybe, just maybe, you're tired of fighting with your partner about money and want to stop feeling like your bank account is a battlefield. Whatever it is, make it specific, like, I want to pay off my debts so I can start my dream business. Or I'm done letting debt keep me from building wealth for my family. Write it down, put it somewhere you'll see it every day, and let that dream fuel you when the grind gets tough, staying motivated when you'd rather quit. All right, so you've got your why. Now let's talk about staying motivated, because let's be real. There are going to be days when you want to throw in the towel and scream, screw this, I'm buying the damn shoes. So first tip. Celebrate the small wins. Paid off your smallest credit card? Celebrate. Don't blow $200 on a fancy dinner to do it. Instead, treat yourself to something small, like a latte or a guilt-free Netflix binge. The key is to reward progress without sabotaging it. Second tip, make it visual. If you don't have a debt tracker, what are you even doing? Draw one, print one, or get a freebie off the internet. Color in your progress like you're a kid in art class. Watching those balances shrink is weirdly satisfying. Third tip, find your people. Surround yourself with folks who get it. Join a debt-free community online or rope your best friend into cheering you on. And if your friends are the treat-yourself types who think debt is just part of life, find new ones. Debt-free friends are worth their weight in gold. Avoiding the motivation killers. Now let's talk about the things that will murder your motivation faster than a late-night infomercial convincing you to buy a $500 blender. Motivation killer number 1, comparison. Stop comparing your debt-free journey to someone else's highlight reel. Just because Karen on Instagram paid off $50,000 in a year doesn't mean you're failing if it's taking you longer. You don't know Karen's story. Maybe she sold her kidney on the black market. Stay in your lane. Motivation killer number 2, unrealistic goals. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, don't set a goal to pay off $20,000 in 6 months. That's a recipe for burnout. Start small, be realistic, and build momentum. Progress, not perfection. Motivation killer number 3, ignoring fun. Yes, paying off debt is serious, but you still need to enjoy your life. Budget for fun stuff, even if it's cheap fun. You don't have to become a financial monk to get out of debt. Listener question. Hey, Ben, I've been listening to the podcast and I'm pumped to start paying off my debt, but I'm stuck. Should I go with the pile driver, big rocks, or small rocks method? How do I even figure out which one is right for me? Help me out. I feel like I'm overthinking this. All right, first of all, breathe. You're not picking a life partner here. You're just choosing how to crush your debt. And the good news is there's no one-size-fits-all answer. It's all about finding what works for you. So let's break it down. The pile driver method? This one's for the all-or-nothing crowd. You save up a big old pile of cash while making minimum payments on all your debts. Then, bam, you drop the hammer and pay off one debt in one epic blow. It's like a financial mic drop. If you love delayed gratification and the satisfaction of big wins, this one's for you. But if patience isn't your strong suit, you might get bored halfway through and end up buying something ridiculous like a kayak you'll never use. The big rocks method. Hey, this one is for the ambitious go-getters who want to take out the big, scary debts first. It's like aiming straight for the boss battle in a video game. Knock out those high-interest debts or big balances, and you'll feel like a total badass. But beware, it can feel slow and discouraging at first because progress isn't as obvious. If you're someone who loves a challenge and isn't afraid of the grind, this might be your jam. The small rocks method, hey, this is for my people who need quick wins. You start with the smallest debts and knock them out fast. It's all about momentum. You get those little dopamine hits every time you cross one off the list. But keep in mind, it's not always the most mathematically efficient approach. So if you're the type who gets twitchy about interest rates, this might drive you nuts. Then there's the combo deal. And this is the real secret. You don't have to pick just one. Maybe you start with the small rocks to build momentum, then switch to big rocks for those heavy hitters, or maybe you just love the drama of the pile driver for one specific debt. Mix it up, baby. This is your journey, not a standardized test. So how do you decide? So ask yourself a few questions. Do you need quick wins to stay motivated? Go small rocks. Do you love crushing big, scary goals? Big rocks is your move. Do you enjoy the thrill of stockpiling cash and making one huge dent? Well, hello, pile driver. And if you're still stuck, just start somewhere. You can always change your strategy later. There's no debt repayment police knocking on your door if you switch it up. Bottom line, the best plan is the one that fits your lifestyle, keeps you motivated, and actually works for you. So stop overthinking it. Pick a method and start smashing those debt rocks. You've got this. And if all else fails, just yell, "Debt sucks," and get to work. Your call to action. Here's your homework for this week. Take 10 minutes, yes, just 10, and define your debt-free dream. Ask yourself, why do I want to be debt-free? What does that freedom look like for me? How will it change my life? Write it down, put it on your fridge, your mirror, or wherever you'll see it daily. And the next time you're tempted to blow your budget on something dumb, remind yourself why you're doing this.
Hey, let's get real for a sec. The Debt Sucks plan, it's awesome. It works. But not everyone has the time or the patience to chip away at their financial Mount Everest. Maybe you're drowning right now, like creditors calling your grandma, paycheck gone before it lands, sleepless nights count a drowning. Sound familiar? Listen, you don't have to white-knuckle your way through this alone. Instead of spending years battling debt $1 at a time, I've got you. Bankruptcy isn't a failure, it's a fresh start. And sometimes hitting reset is the smartest thing you can do. At my law firm here in South Carolina, we take the time to listen to your story and help you figure out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you. No pressure, no judgment, just straight answers and real solutions. And if you don't live in South Carolina, don't worry. I can connect you with a trusted attorney in your state, Wherever you are, help is closer than you think. So if you're ready to stop the stress and start fresh, visit debtsucks.info to share a little about your situation or call my office for a free consultation. Let's find your path forward together, because sometimes you don't need a plan, you need a damn lifeline. Let me be that lifeline.
That's it for today's episode of Debt Sucks. Remember, debt-free dreams aren't just about getting rid of debt. They're about creating the life you actually want. If you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Your support helps more people find Debt Sucks and join the movement to kick debt to the curb. Adulting is hard. Debt makes it harder. But what if I told you that some of the truths you've heard about money are actually myths keeping you stuck in debt? In the next episode of Debt Sucks, we're busting common money myths and exposing sneaky debt traps that might be holding you back. Don't miss it, because the more you know, the faster you can break free. See you next time.